Today we're going to repot 2 weeping Japanese maples. This one is a Crimson Queen red leaf variety. This one is the Viridis and it's a green leaf variety. Now these trees are both quite old. They've been in these pots for several years. They could stay in these pots a few more years, but I happened to pick up 2 of these pots this winter from a fellow. They originally had 2 large palm trees, so they are somewhat larger than we need, but I thought it would look quite nice having them elevated. Now I've got a 15-gallon bucket of round rocks here. I'll put that in the base. Also, if you can see, I've drilled about 10 1-inch holes in the bottom. Originally it had 1 hole. That's not enough for drainage. We want to have good drainage when we container grow our Japanese maples. I've got my soil pre-mixed, ready to go, and you can see that soil mix video from the link above. So we'll get started right now. I'll place these rocks into the pot and we'll get these trees into their new homes. Gravel base is in the pot now, and that just ensures that we'll get good drainage down to the drain holes in the bottom of the pot. And again, it adds that extra weight, so if you've got a windy location, it's ideal to have a bit of that, well, it's actually round rock, which is perfect. Now I'm just going to throw some of the soil on top of that because, of course, we don't need okay, now I've got the pot sitting right here, which approximately is a couple of inches lower than that pot. So let's see what happens here. I'm going to pick up that tree, pop it in the container. Now before I put it in, you can see that there's really no new growth coming out at all. Again, as mentioned, it could have sat in that pot for a couple of more years. We're just going to drop it into this pot. There we go. Now I'm sitting about 3 inches below the top of the pot, which is perfect. That way I can add soil to top dress and protect it in the winter when we insulate the trees. So now I'm just going to throw soil around the sides. Careful not to break any branches. So this is really quick and easy. That's all that's required. I'll just push it around. Got the tree nicely centered. Again, as far as pruning, wait until you've got the potting done, just in case you damage or break a branch. It's easy to prune and shape once you've got it all done. Now a little more top dressing in there. There we go. This one is done. Brand new home for this guy. In our courtyard, we'll have approximately 6 to 10 large trees in this courtyard this spring and summer, so it should look quite nice when it's all completed. Okay, on to the next tree. Okay, I've got the round rocks in, plus soil added to bring up the height. Now we're going to take out this Viridis, pop it in the pot. We'll take a look at those roots too. There we go. So again, you can see the roots pushing out the white growth. That's always a good sign. Again, this would have been fine for another year or two in the pot. And I'm just going to drop it in. Actually, just looking at this, I think what I'm going to do before I put this one in the pot, I'm going to do a quick root prune. I'm going to cut it right across and then drop it in, as there's excessive roots here that are starting to wrap slightly, so we'll take those out before we put this in the pot. So when I root prune, I'm literally taking the saw, I'll use the coarse blade, and I'm just going to cut it horizontally right across. Here we go. That cut was a bit awkward as it had a thick center stem, but as you can see now, I took off about 6 inches, 15 centimeters or so. Now it's all prepped, set up, and then we'll just add that soil in there. And that's really all there's to it. I could have gone without the root prune, but I thought I might as well cut it back while my pants are dirty anyway. Okay, so now I'll just push the soil around here, pack it in the sides. Hopefully you can see that. There we go. Now let's just reconfigure so you can see them both together. Okay, so I've transplanted the Viridis and the Crimson Queen. They're now in their new containers. These are basically lifetime pots now. In the future, 5 to 10 years from now, I would just pop them out, do a root prune, and place them back in. Now you'll notice on the Viridis, I did do a quick root prune. I didn't really need to, but I thought because the roots were starting to wrap a little bit, I just thought I'd cut them back. So there you have it. Now, our courtyard will change again this year because we're going to have completely different varieties in once again and different size pots, so it should be very colorful in the next few weeks. Thanks so much for watching.